How's it going, guys? I got a pick here in this week one matchup. Chargers versus Chiefs. Got the Chiefs here that are actually favorite, laying -3, while the Chargers are home. It's a division matchup, and also Chargers are playing in Brazil, so as we know, it's not really of a home game. If we look at this game as a whole, we got both teams that have really good coaches, have a pretty good organization, and we got Chiefs that are more established, obviously having with the Super Bowls, and then the Chargers are on a little bit more of a different organization level where they're trying to make themselves more of a dominant playoff team, making sure they obviously get there, but actually doing something when they get there, especially with having Chiefs as their division rivals, pretty much being in the division, and that's just a tough one where they want to beat them, and especially when it comes to playoffs, that's just something where they're gonna have to take that next step. Seeing that Jim Harbaugh, how great he is, especially being in Michigan, and just how he is, and obviously his brother, they're gonna want to win this matchup. This is an important matchup to win. This is the game that they actually have where it's home, so they're really gonna want to win this game. So it's a tough matchup. It's a tough game to call. We got Chiefs and Chargers that are bringing back most of the same defensive players. We got linebackers that are same defensive end. A lot of the players that got most of the sacks, most of the loss of tackles, and the tackles in general. Both teams are bringing back those core players. We got Khalil Mack for the Chargers, Derwin James. We got Chiefs have Chris Jones, Karlaftis that are coming back. Pretty much those core players coming back, having another year with their team, allowing to build more of a program and more camaraderie amongst each other, and really just know each other's style of play. But then you go to the offense side of things, and I don't really like what Chargers' offensive line has going on. We got issues there. We got the Chargers that paid the highest money anybody has ever paid an O line, and in practice, he gets injured. In practice, he has a season ending injury. I don't like that at all for the Chargers. That's dangerous. They have already not the most solid O line. They've already had issues, never really a consistent O line. And now with this big injury, we got changes at center, changes at tackle positions. We have left tackle where they're fighting three guys for that position. And through preseason, they've been bouncing around those guys. And I don't really like that. Chris Jones, one of the best defensive players last year, coming in where he knows the Chargers, he knows that team, he plays them twice a year. And the Chiefs have a good record against the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a good record against the Chargers as well. Sorry. When we look at the matchup between Justin Herbert and you look at Patrick Mahomes, you got Justin Herbert, which is actually not too well of a record against Mahomes. He has a 1-4 record against Mahomes, but then you just look at Herbert against the Chiefs, and he actually has a 2-7 record. That's not too well. But then you look at those actual matchups where they played, like I said, Justin Herbert and Mahomes. You look at the first matchups where they played each other, you had Mahomes beating them 23-20, let alone this is in 2020 season. Then you have the next season coming up, which is in 2021. You have Herbert that took the win. That was a 30-24 competitive victory, obviously, for the Chargers, beating them by 6 points. Then you get more to closer recent seasons, and you have 2023, the final game of the season. You have a 13-12 win Chiefs over the Chargers. A very competitive game, a defense-heavy game, 13-12. Then you look at the last season, 2024, week 4, the first time where they got to play 2 times in the season, and this first matchup goes Chiefs winning it as well, 17-10. A very defense-heavy game again, with a lot of the same players that we are seeing. And then you look at 2024, same thing, same season, week 14. Towards the end of the season, their second matchup, you see same thing as well. Chiefs coming up on top, 19-17. Very close game, closer than the other matchup that was early in the season last year, but still, Chiefs found a way to come up on top. And I think that's why I like the Chiefs in this game. It's a tough matchup, and I'm a Raiders fan, and I get to see this division. A part of me, a part of me in the beginning wanted to go with the Chargers. I don't want to really see the Chiefs do too well, but beyond that, I like Jim Harbaugh. I like Justin Herbert. He had a really good season last year. I think this organization is just gonna get to improve and get better. But this week one matchup against the Chiefs, which coming off a Super Bowl loss, we know that they're gonna want to prove something. They're in a position where they want to prove the people wrong. Just just a lot of things have leaned me more towards Chiefs. I wouldn't really touch the spread. You can go -3, -2.5 if you could catch it at that. I would say that's a lot safer. Seeing that, like I read off how much of a close matchups these have been, especially seeing last season with the Chiefs winning by 7 that first one, and then that second matchup them winning by 2. That 3 is definitely in play for the Chargers to look pretty good on. But I just like the Chiefs money line. And also, I like the under on this game as well. If, like I said, you look at both matchups that we had last season with that 17-10, and then you look at the final one that they faced off last season for that 19-17, both games went under 40 points. We have the line right now. Let me check this line. The line is at 46.5 over under. I wouldn't mind putting some money on this under. I think it's going to be a pretty defense heavy game like we've seen last season. I think with both of them returning similar players on their defense side of things. And like I said, the Chargers having that O-line difficulties. I think that's what's overall going to push the Chiefs in that direction. And just Mahomes. Mahomes being Mahomes. He's he's a good guy to back when you're talking putting money on, and that's why I got this pick here. Chiefs money line, and also leaning towards that under. Catch you guys later.